Is getting ungated in October 2025 actually impossible? That's what a lot of people seem to think, but we're going to look at the reality today, and I'm going to give you a few tips on how to actually go about your ungating, right? Because if you did not realize it, you can still get ungated, okay? In Amazon, there's a couple of things that you need to do. There's a couple of things that you need to understand, and that's what we're going to cover in today's video, in addition to talking to the state of ungating, right? As of October 2025, late October. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Chris Mangunza. I release videos right there to help you with your Amazon FBA business, okay? So if that's something that you want to do, if you want to scale your Amazon business, make sure to subscribe and like this video to be recommended more videos, right? So, when it comes to ungating, right? Back when we called things easy, right? I want to show you something. So these are an excerpt of a message that I actually, like, it's excerpts from a message that I sent on my Discord server in February 2023, right? Relating how many times I had to submit stuff years before to actually get ungated, and these were what we call the easy days, right? And so for Disney, I had to submit 8 times, Under Armour 4 times, Funko 4 times, Puma 5 times, right? So these were the easy days, okay? So please tell me, why do you expect to get ungated in one try if things are significantly harder now? You're gonna need to submit way more than that, right? These were the easy days. To get ungated just a few months ago, you had to submit way more time than that, actually, right? So right now, to set your expectation, you're going to need to submit 20-25 times at least before things start moving, right? You can get lucky and get ungated on the first, second try, but chances are that you're going to need to submit 20-25 times, okay? The thing that I showed you is my private community, right? My inner circle. If you want to join, there's a link in the description for you to apply, where we have a ton of different strategies and tips on how to get ungated right now, right? With the current state and how to get auto approval, overcoming Amazon geographic brand restriction, because you know that if you are outside of the US, there's a lot of brands that are going to be restricted to you as well, right? So we have strategies on how to overcome all this and how to get ungated easier and what to do the exact process. So if that's something that you're interested in, the link's in the description. I go way more in depth in that in my inner circle, okay? But yeah, so accept to submit your invoice a lot of time, okay? And don't believe anybody that tells you, hey, invoice from this doesn't work anymore. This website doesn't work. It still works, okay? It still works. It's just that you need to submit way more time, okay? Even myself, to get ungated for back to school, I had to get re-ungated in Crayola. I had to submit a couple of times, and then I use one of the strategies that is discussed right here to actually reset things, because I was starting getting auto rejection, right? And I used one of these strategies to actually be able to get approved, right? But things are way harder than usual. So what should you actually do? Focus on brands that you get auto ungated, okay? First, build your base on these products, okay? Build your base on these products, because right now, in addition to stuff taking a long time to get ungated, for a lot of brand and a lot of product, a lot of categories, I mean, a lot of brand categories, you should get them ungated, you should try anyway. But for a lot of brands, you're going to need to submit 300, 400 units, right? Which is going to cost you a lot of money, right? So instead of focusing on these, focus first, start building cash flow with brands that you can sell, brands that you can get auto ungated, and source these. Okay, source these using the Keepa product finder, source these looking at what people selling these brands are selling as well, doing some storefront stalking, because these sellers that are selling these are struggling just like you are, right? They are struggling just like you are with brand gating, right? So instead of focusing on what you cannot sell, focus on what you can sell, and there's money to be made there. Okay, there's a lot of money to be made there, and I'll record a video actually sourcing these for you in the next few days. But just focus on what you can sell and find more of the stuff that you can sell. Don't focus on home run product. Don't look at the shiny object. You cannot get ungated these right now. That's fine. Get things moving. Why should you do that? Because as you get things moving, right, stuff is going to open up for you, right? Brands are going to open up for you if you keep things moving, brands and categories, right? But you need to build velocity, and everything gets easier as you start getting sales. So in my opinion, it's way better for you. Okay, so don't listen to the bullshit advice telling you like, yeah, you need to find at least a 30% return on investment and $5 profit, right? It does not matter. Okay, you're not here to make money just yet. You're here to build trust with Amazon. Build trust by moving a lot of product fast. That's all you need to do. Build trust by moving a lot of product fast. That trust will build, and then you're going to find more and more brands, right? And little by little, you will improve your catalog. But why do you start your catalog with such strict criteria? There's no point in doing that at all. Okay? It does not make sense. Most businesses are not profitable in the first 2 years. Most businesses take 2 years to become profitable, and yet you want to make a shit ton of money on your first week. Okay? You can take 1 month of breaking even. Okay? You can take it. It's fine. Right? Just move a lot of products. A lot of things are going to open up, and then, you know, of course, you'll be able to chase those higher profits, right? But just move a lot of stuff. And worst case scenario, you lose $1, like who cares? Go work at McDonald's for 1 hour, you'll make that money back. Okay? Focus on the stuff that you can move a lot of stuff. Build that trust with Amazon, because this is what's going to make your business way stronger, because you'll get more brands open. The more velocity you have, the more Amazon is going to open up brands, and it's a snowball effect. Okay, so the more you sell, the more brands you can sell. The more brands you can sell, the more money you'll be able to make, and the more you will be able to sell, and so on and so forth. And little by little, it's going to be really, really rare that you need to actually ungate brands, because most of the stuff is going to be open by itself. And you will have more cash, so when you find a really, really good brand that is gated, you can actually like make the investment in that brand. But before you do that, if you only have $1,000 to invest into this business, don't spend $500 getting ungated in a brand that you don't even know for how long you'll be able to sell. Okay, because a lot of brands are going to be like, you're going to ungate brands, and then you're going to run into some issues like CSM, like the CSM thing going on right now, right? If you don't know what it is, I'm sorry for you, okay? But just focus on moving a lot of products, okay? Focus on quick wins, really, really small opportunities. Even if it's at 10% return on investment, look, most of the time, like if you invest in the stock market, you're going to make like 9% in a year in the S&P 500, right? You can make 10% in 1 month with Amazon, and you guys consider that a loss. It's a win, especially on your first month in business, right? So focus on that, okay? Focus on moving a lot of products. Ungating is still the same. All the websites that used to work for Ungating still work, okay? So soccer.com for the main brands, right? The sports brands. Frontier Co-op for the grocery category, for the beauty category, and for the OTC category, for human ingestibles, right? Human ingestibles may cost you a lot of money to ungate because you need 400 units. I'm sorry in advance. You still get, yeah, Target still works from grocery from time to time, but I would recommend using Frontier Co-op, right? And yeah, I mean, that's all the categories. I mean, Christian books, you still want to get ungated in DVDs. I don't know if people are still selling DVDs. But like, everything that was working still works. You just need to submit more time, okay? Yes, you can still get ungated with order confirmation, not necessarily invoice. Order confirmation works. You're going to need to submit more times. That's it, okay? So Walmart still works. You're going to need to submit more time, probably, right? Because even with a real invoice, you're going to need to submit 20 times sometimes. Some people are going to get ungated on their second try. Just need to keep going, okay? Hopefully this was helpful. I'll see you on the next